Hello, fam. Yes, thanks for joining us here as we continue our mission for Moolah as we are jumping back into these best ball streets over here on Underdog. Yeah, we're going to stick with Underdog today as we are jumping into a couple of their contests as we now have the War Room 2 has been launched, right? And these contests are filling fast. It looks like the big board is at like 90% filled at this point. And so we're going to go ahead and jump into a couple of drafts here on a Friday. Yeah, it's Friday in the neighborhood. These best ball streets are getting really heated up, and we're heading into the home stretch of these contests. And as I will continue to stress and always preach as I'm talking to the choir and I'm talking to myself, is that at different stages of this contest, you got to be enacting different strategies, different approaches, right? And so as we're on the tail end of this contest, these contests are filling up. They'll be over in a couple of weeks at the most. And so we want to kind of revise what we've been doing, or just analyze what we've been doing, not revise, because we're going to continue to do a lot of the same things. Why? Because we believe in it. Number one, we've already set our strategy and we believe in those concepts. But this is the time where, you got to start looking at some things, right? And we'll go ahead and touch on that a little bit more as we come back here after we play this intro video. We'll go ahead and touch on a lot more of what we want to dive into, and we want to immediately hop into some drafts, right? So we're going to go ahead and do that here after we take this brief moment for the introduction video. All right, see you in just 90 seconds. Come on in, get relaxed, and we'll see you here in a second. All right, peace.
Oh, we rise, we rise, we rise. Oh, we climb, we climb, we climb. Oh, this time, son, we go. Victory on our mind. Gotta work, push, go. Gotta work, push, go. Let's see how I start this if we in this game, serving a strategic purpose. Went from underground, now I've reached the surface. When we claim the chip, it ain't a fluke, we work for this. New breed superhero, a hybrid dragon plus Michael Jordan, breathing fire into this game. In the air, I'm steady floating, destined for this role. Since my birth years, golden best ballin' for life. It's Moolah on a mission. Tommy hot takes analysis, on point delivery with precision. Setting moves to this game, invoking martial law. Going all out, we won't stop. Win, lose, or draw. Oh, we rise, we rise, we rise. Oh, we climb, we climb, we climb. This time, Zion, we go. Victory on our mind. Joe slow harmony chant. Joe slow harmony chant. Joe slow harmony chant. Victory on our mind. Try slow harmony chant. Work, push, go. Giant work, push, go. Let's see how I start this. What we in this game, serving a strategic purpose. Went from underground, now I've reached the surface. When we claim the chip, it ain't a fluke, we work for this. New breed superhero, a hybrid dragon plus Michael Jordan, breathing fire into this game. In the air, I'm steady floating, destined for this role. Since my birth year is golden.
All right. Thanks, fam. As we go ahead and jump on into these best ball drafts here, we want to go ahead and keep in mind that if we are winding down in this contest, right? We only got a couple of weeks. I only have a few more drafts for me to do, and I'm sure many of you also are, winding down on your number of drafts you're going to do. And so we want to go ahead and keep some things in mind. But first off, we are gentle and blissful, gifted and beautiful, generous and benevolent, and most appreciatively, we are grateful and blessed. It's your boy, Young Moolah, here at Guidelines to Achieve and Build, GAB Sports. And please, upon your interest, please take the time to go ahead and smash that like button for us. Subscribe to our channel. Follow us on social media as well. We do value your support and appreciate it as well. And so we're going to go ahead and talk about breakout players. Yeah, guys who we think can make an impact like never before. Guys who haven't really done it yet. And in these kinds of large field contests, I would just say the majority of people, I don't know what percentages, but the majority of people will tend to side and believe in trust, which words you want to utilize, guys who are proven players, right? Whenever you're taking a chance on these guys who may be young players, they may be rookies, whatever they are, but they've never really had a track record of high-end production. Those are going to be the more riskier plays. So it's just human nature for us to, go with things that we trust, go with things we've seen before, right? And so where the true edges can be had are in identifying a lot of these players who we call the breakout stars, right? The guys who haven't done it before, the guy who it's a bit risky to trust in them, right? And so once we find these kinds of angles in contests, these large field contests like this, those are some of the angles that we can use to our advantage in these kind of contests. I mean, because just last year, right? And I'm not talking about the guys last year like a Michael Wilson, right? Parker Washington. Congratulations if you stumbled upon those guys, but I guarantee you none of you were predicting that those guys would have a breakout performance last year. Why? Because there's a difference between opportunity and circumstances, right? And so I look at both of those gentlemen, fine players. Wan'Dale Robinson falls into this category too. Fine players, but their situation was about circumstances, right? Yeah, you had guys who went down in front of them. You had unusual circumstances at the quarterback spots sometimes. Speaking of Arizona, if Kyler Murray had stayed the quarterback, right, for the whole duration of the season, would Michael Wilson have broken out like that? And also, but Marvin Harrison was down too as well, right? And so when you're looking at situations, Parker Washington, right, BTJ, Travis Hunter, BTJ had an off season. Travis Hunter was out of the picture, right? They didn't really have many options, right? Wan'Dale Robinson, neighbors went down, right? And there's no other options, right? Nobody else was there to fill the void. So those are circumstantial. You got circumstances that help lead to these breakouts. The type of guys we're trying to identify are guys who are stepping into roles, and as things stand right now, these guys have an opportunity, right? So it's not just the circumstances, it's the opportunity. So when you have an opportunity, are these the kind of dudes that can seize this opportunity regardless of anybody else going down or any kind of circumstances dropping into their favor? These are the dudes that we want to identify right now. We're 6-7 months ahead of the season starting. So at this point, I can't predict who's going to, not be available or get injured or anything. So right now, when we're identifying these breakout players, you got to identify guys who, giving their opportunity as it currently looks they will have, can they take advantage of this opportunity and blow up, right? And so we've identified players in this realm to where, regardless of what happens, I believe these guys can smash as is, right? And these are the breakout players that give you an edge if you're overweight to the field, and they in fact do hit. So some of the guys that we are looking at that I'm ready to discuss are guys like Bashal Tutin, right? Isaiah Likely, right? Christian Watson. If you checked out our thumbnail today, it's a picture of Christian Watson on there, right? And he actually fits a category where he's not even like a second, third year guy. A lot of times we want these second, third year breakout guys, right? Because they're usually the guys we're all excited about, and there are plenty of dudes that fit that model too. But Christian Watson is like a fifth year guy, right? We're looking at this dude to be a late kind of breakout candidate, and that happens too, right? Because I think his opportunity is changing, right? And another guy we have on our thumbnail is Tyler Shuck, whom the community is pretty high on too. So these are just a few of our breakout candidates that we want to go ahead and mention right here. And without further ado, though, we want to go ahead and jump into a draft, right? This is what you came here for. And this is what we came here for. Coming at you at heading on 5 o'clock here on the West Coast, 8 o'clock East Coast time. It's your boy Young Moolah here at GAB Sports on our mission for Moolah over in these best ball streets. Mission for Moolah, no cap, no chaser, no fillers, no fluff, no gimmicks. Just bringing you that raw, unadulterated fantasy football strategy as we head into these best ball contests in our pre-draft contest period. And after this pre-draft, we're just going to take a little bit of break and regroup, reanalyze, rearrange some things here at GAB Sports and go ahead and come at you fully strong for the post-draft contests, which are going to be super lit. We got a ton of contests, it looks like, that they're going to offer, hopefully, right? And we'll have a lot more information, a lot more content, a lot more collateral at that time. And so that's going to be a very exciting time. But we're also excited right now. So due to this excitement we have now with this war room, I think we're going to jump into a war room today. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Right here, right now. That's what I want to do. I want to do a war room. Okay. All right. What's up, Hartman? How you doing, brother? All right, yeah. We're going to jump into a war room here, as I believe it probably will fill before the weekend's up, at least by Monday. And we see that the big board is over 90% now. This could be filled by tomorrow. Right? You got everybody coming in who want to do their max entries. They're probably loading up their slow queues right now, pressing like 80 slows. Let me jump in 80 slows right now, right? 75 slows. So this big board is likely maybe to fill by tomorrow, right? I mean, we're over 90% right now. So go ahead and get your big boards in if you're waiting, or if you've been waiting, because it may not last past tomorrow, right? People are going to get going before Easter Sunday, right? They might want to just take Easter Sunday off. So it's going to be hot and heavy today and tomorrow in these best ball streets over in the big board. So get into those contests right now if you want to get yours in. All right, so we're going to go ahead and look at the war room right now. And so let's see what's happening. I always have to enter on my phone. So let's go ahead and check that out. All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump into a war room. If you'd like to join us, we will jump in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're entering War Room 2 right now. It's 4 more to start. Go ahead and get in while you can, get in while you fit in. And yeah, there will be a plenty of these targets that we've talked about and others. I'll outline this in some articles that I will present as far as my breakout players, as I believe I'm pretty good at picking breakout players. And I take heavy stances on the guys I really believe in. So when I'm giving you some kind of information about a breakout player, I'm using that player. I'm all over that dude. I'm not just throwing out names just to be throwing out names. This is stuff that I believe in, and I back up. I back this talk up with my exposure. So, there's plenty of dudes right now I'm on, but as the post-draft seasons start, those can change, right? You can't just be married to the guys you have certain takes on right now. Because one of the things I think that I want to look at, or that I am looking at, because again, this is a different part. We're 10 out of 12 field in the war room. This is a different part of the contest. This is toward the end of the part of the contest. And a lot of times we can get content with our analysis, and we think that we've done enough research. We think that we've done enough poking and prodding at these prospects or at these players that we were, player takes and things like that. But this is a time where we need to uncover maybe some other plays that we may have been sleeping on, right? I mean, who's had the time to look at every single prospect in this draft, right? So as we are looking deeper into this prospects, the 2026 prospects, I've uncovered some guys who, look pretty intriguing to me. And so we're going to go ahead and start, smashing some of those dudes in our last few drafts, right? Because it's like 18th, 19th, 20th round. You don't know what can happen. Who was high on Kyron Williams when he blew up? Nobody, right? Bucky Irvings of the world. People weren't overexposed to Bucky. Woody Marks last year, right? So at this time, during those seasons, when those guys had those big seasons, they weren't receiving a lot of hype. These are 4th, 5th, 6th round picks, right? So nobody was really high on these guys. So you can uncover jewels in this environment who can be 4th, 5th round prospects, right? And they may see the field because they may have a specific talent. So we've also uncovered some of those dudes, and we will be adding them into our exposures on our drafts, and we may be able to do that right now, right? Okay, let's see if we're about to start. It's 11 out of 12 field in the war room, waiting on 1. And so let's go ahead and head over to this room and see what it looks like, because it's about to fill. War room 2, we got 4 max entries. This will be our second one. And so our second war room is on tap. Yeah, and I think the things that I'm looking for in a lot of these breakouts, you have to have a lot of talent. Those are the dudes that I'm going to focus on, because I believe if you're giving the opportunity and your circumstances don't change, do you have the talent level to still break out in the face of all these other players who are still on your team that could, also be drawing some, usage? And so if you don't have a kind of a excellent talent, I usually won't pick you as being a breakout player, right? If you're just a average kind of a dude, we know who we're talking about. These guys who they aren't that explosive, but they got a role and they got a job, but they probably won't break out. When I'm talking about breakout, you got to have a season that really can just push you over the edge, give you like 1,200 plus yards, 10 plus touchdowns, 8 to 10 touchdowns. That's like a breakout, and the guys who can usually do that in the face of not a changing circumstance, are the dudes with the talent, right? You got to have some sort of running backs. You better be explosive. Receivers, you better be, pretty athletic. And those are the guys that can separate themselves from their teammates when there's not really, people going down for injury. Yeah, guys can break, as we mentioned before. Guys can break out if somebody goes down, 2-3 dudes go down, and you're the last dude standing. Yeah, you can have a breakout season, but who's going to be able to predict that that's going to happen? I'm trying to predict the dudes who, hey, man, everybody's healthy, and you still are the dude that can emerge here, right? Oh, we got the number 1. All right, let's do this. We got Lossimo in here, right? On the bump, we got Lemon Child. We got NU Collector, New Collector. Okay. Rambo Show. All right, we see people of all experience levels in here, and we're going to go ahead and take our shots out of the 1 hole. So, yeah, you got a lot of different guys. I think I need some more Bijan. So I got quite a few Gibbs. I'm a little low on the Bijan shares. So we're going to go ahead and take Bijan at the 101. Yeah, and so we're looking for those guys who can emerge irregardless of circumstances. And so that's why I identify guys like a Tootin. So even though they went and got Chris Rodriguez, I believe Tootin is the far superior talent. And even with Rodriguez there, this dude, in my eyes, can still have a banner season, a breakout campaign. And so we are putting our stock on guys like that. He's one of our breakout candidates. And guys like I'm just looking at the Packers in general, even though I have my guy, Christian Watson, as one of our poster boys on the thumbnail as far as this breakout. We're talking about breakouts here. But don't underestimate Matthew Golden. Yeah, a guy who, pretty much fell flat rookie season. But remember, this is a first-round guy. So he's got the draft pedigree, right? First-round pick. He lit up the combine last year, and he's a guy who can catch the ball, right? He's a guy with good hands, right? And so I'm looking for this guy to actually step up, right? Because he's got opportunity. That's one thing he has, and he has the explosiveness. He's got the ability. So in this kind of a situation, I'm willing to bet on guys like this. They get the opportunity. They have the draft pedigree. And now you just got to go out and execute, young fella. He's getting a lot of buzz last year in camp, and things didn't go their way for one reason or another. And then a lot of people are just going to take that as being that's what he is now. Okay, sit on the sidelines because I'm not sitting on the sideline when it comes to Matthew Golden. I am loading up. Yes, I got tons of shares of Golden as well as Christian Watson. And I believe one of those dudes, if not both of them, are going to have really good years, but one of them may break out and have a really big year, right? And this is something that we have to get used to, right? I mean, this is part of the game we're playing. You're going to have to take some stands and try to predict some things that could happen. Is it a guarantee of something? Of course it isn't. We're not guaranteed anything in this game. In life, we're not guaranteed anything. But one of the things I'm going to do when I'm playing best ball, I'm banking on talent. Yeah, I'm not trying to pick the dude, the little engine that could overachieve and do it, that gets an opportunity. Nope. That's not how I'm going to look to play this game. I'm looking for the dudes that can explode, give me the winning numbers, the spike weeks that I'm going to need. And so you're going to need some top-end talent and abilities. So traits are very important to me. And when I do my analysis, as far as rookies or anything. And so these are also the kind of dudes I'm looking for. And my rookie picks as well. And rookies can be breakout guys, right? Because they haven't even set foot into the NFL yet. So you're going to have to be able to take a risk on the rookies that we like to say, okay, this is the guy I've identified. And people are going to have their own different opinions and things like that. And with rookies, though, at least we know they're going to be landing spot dependent, right? Whereas these guys who are already in spots, like a Matthew Golden, like an Isaiah Likely, these dudes already have a spot, a role, a position on a team that you may like and that is good. You could be all high on these rookies right now, the number one rookie in your list and all this, and he could end up, on Tennessee or something. Are you just going to be that excited about the Tennessee passing game right now? Or he could end up in a team that could be super crowded on the team, right? So landing spot is too big right now for us to get super duper excited. Oh, I think I want to do something different here. Going to go with this guy for sure. And we're going to go with this guy. Yeah, we're going 3 backs out the gate here in the war room. We're starting with 3 running backs in a row. I normally don't do this, but hey, let's go ahead and go robust on them. Yeah, out of the one hole, we're going robust, 3 straight running backs. So it's one of those things where, you got to take a stance sometimes, and it ain't always going to pull out. It ain't always going to work out. Our guy, Money Ain't a Thing in the house. Boom, man. It's Friday. Yeah. Hit the boom. Let's hit the boom for our guy. Let's hit the boom. There we go. Let's make it a little louder. Hit the boom. All right, let's get it going, man. We are getting it going here in a war room draft over here on a Friday. It's early Friday evening here on the West Coast, coming on a little after 8 o'clock on the East Coast. Did I like Golden as a prospect? I sure did. Yes, I was on Golden last year, and he didn't deliver, but that's okay. I tend to go back to the well on dudes that I believe in from the start, and I'll give him a couple chances. I mean, I've been on Likely 3 years in a row, but I think Likely is the guy who was a victim of circumstance as well. I think they underutilized this guy over in Baltimore, I mean, they got so many weapons, and they have the big tight end room with Andrews and Kolar, and he just really couldn't emerge out of that because of the usage. But now they give him the bag to come over to New York. I got no question he's going to be the number one tight end dude over there, over Theo Johnson. No questions at all. They gave this dude the bag. Theo can't even catch. This dude drops hella balls. Likely's the dude there without a doubt. I have no questions about that. And Golden, though, I think the main thing was that I'm really high this year is because Dobbs is no longer in the picture. I think that gives me a lot more confidence that a guy like Golden will be on the field, number one, a lot, right? He's looking at being the number two guy as far as snaps, right? 1-2 guy, right? Because Jaden Reed, we know, mostly plays in the slot. So a lot of the two receiver sets are going to be Watson and Golden. And so he's going to be on the field a lot. I believe that last year, a lot of things happened as far as the chemistry just didn't get underway, right? Him and Jordan Love just never really could mesh. And then things just didn't go his way early, because a lot of times when these young players, when things go their way early, that kind of momentum can propel them to big things. And so I look for them to, with another year of off-season work together to build that chemistry between Jordan Love and Matthew Golden. And, Golden to the moon, man. That's one of my top exposures here and one of our breakout guys for 2026. Okay, so we don't have any receivers, right? No wide receivers. Let's see what we're going to do here we got dudes we love coming up. So, yeah, this is the perfect strategy coming out of the one hole. So I'm still getting plenty of dudes who are available, who I can work with. Let's see how it correlates. We got 2 NFC Souths, 1 NFC North running back. Do we need to correlate anything here? Not really. We're just going to take the best players that we like, which could be any of these guys. Let's switch over to my rank. My rank shows it a little different. And we'll go ahead and take this guy for sure. And going to mix it up a little bit here. Definitely need 2 receivers, though, because I don't really love the receivers in the next turn. Yep, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Rolling with the Green Bay Stackola. We already got Jacobs. We're going to go with our poster boy on Breakout Stars. We're going with Christian Watson. Why? Because we walk it like we talk it here at GAB Sports. We're taking the dudes we believe in. No cap, no filler, no fluff. Yeah, we're rolling with Christian Watson. Let's see how much shares I got of this dude already. We can see what we got with Christian Watson. I know I'm right around 20%, I would believe. So how many drafts we got? Looks like we have 95 drafts. So through 95 drafts, we got 27% Golden, 16% Watson, just added another share. So yeah, we are on the Packers, man. We are on the Packers receivers this year, specifically those 2 guys. And I think it's going to be one of those things where the Packers could be one of those teams that throws a lot more this year. What's up, Smokey? All right, thanks, man. Good luck. Taking dollars in the house. Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, so I'm rolling with the Packers, man. One of those receivers in my eyes is going to break out. So I got shares of both. And being that golden is a lot cheaper, that's tended, if I have pretty much equal confidence that one of you is going to break out, the cheaper guy makes more sense to have more exposure, right? Because it's a cheaper price tag. So there's less guys to me around a guy like Golden who can have a banner year, whereas the guys you're drafting around Watson, you can take a multitude of dudes there, and they all look pretty good, right? They all look pretty safe to have big years. So that's probably the reasoning of the difference in the percentages. But as you can see, I'm high on both of those guys. So we will definitely be rolling with our guys on the Packers. All right, so we're 7 picks away. Let's go ahead and check out the board, see how it looks. Okay, coming into the 6th round, middle 6th. Somebody's got 4 running backs, 2 receivers out of the 11 hole. Another guy on the clock, he has 1 running back, 4 receivers out of the 6 hole. Lemon Child, or Leo Mini Child, Leo Mini Chillo. I'll get it right one of these days. On the bump 12. I did think about taking a 4th back, Travion there actually, but I don't really like to go 4 backs this early, so go ahead and went to 2 receivers since the receivers will probably be drying up here. That was the choice. And so let's see what we got here. Got a tight end we like. Let's see. Did we take Waddle? Did take Waddle. I think I want to get another one of those combos with Sutton. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take Sutton there. And we're going to go ahead and do we need our tight end here? Nope. We're not taking our tight end right now. We're going to go with Alec Pierce. 3 running backs, 4 wide receivers through 7. So let's see if we can get our plan enacted here. If not, we always are able to go different routes. You got to make that pivot. If things don't go your way, you just make that pivot. All right, let's see what the board looks like. Quarterbacks went off the board the last 2 rounds pretty heavily. 6th round, we have 4 quarterbacks, 5 quarterbacks. 7th round, we got 2 already. So it's going to be looking a little thin coming back my way as people are starting to load up. There's 2 guys on the end without a quarterback, so you know they're going to take one. Yep, so that's just how it works out sometimes. We'll see what we're left with. And if they continue to box me out at quarterback, I will definitely reach on one of them if I have to. I'll take a guy I need to take without a problem. So that's just how it goes sometimes. But I'm going to be well ahead of the room at the running back and the receiver. I'll be pretty even, but I'll be ahead of them in running backs. So we're okay if they, take all the quarterbacks here. We'll be all right. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what we got. We got our guy. Nice and blunt checking in. What's up, young Moolah? What's up, Adam? Yep, we just getting it going here on a Friday early evening. We're talking about breakouts. Yeah, guys who can just give you that winning edge, because many people will not be willing to take that risk, right, of rostering dudes who haven't done it before. And they'll roster them just in a small quantity just to get some exposures. But we're taking positions on dudes who've yet to do it. We're taking big positions because we're looking for breakout dudes who, if we're right, we have that big edge, right? Because we're so overexposed to guys that nobody else is really going to be overexposed to, or very few people, that is. So let's go ahead and continue that thought process. All right, let's see what we want to do on this next spot coming up. Purdy, Mahomes. Yeah, they're scooping up all the QBs, man. Guys are scooping up all the QBs. But they're going to leave us somebody. We know. All right. So Mahomes goes middle 8th. Romeo Dobbs pulled up a little bit. So as we come down to the turn here, let's see what else is going on here. Need to take bigger stands after seeing that. All right. Yeah, sometimes that's what it takes, man. If we take these stands and they pay out, because, we're trying to hit these upper echelon finishes, right? We try and finish in the top 0.05% of these contests. You're going to have to take some risks to do that. I mean, it's a calculated risk, right? It's not just throwing caution to the wind, but, you take some calculated risks here. Okay, they got one of our guys here. We're going to double down. Yep, we're going to double down on quarterback here, it looks like. Let me see if that's what we really want to do. I don't need a running back. I do have Kyle Pitts, though, so it's coming down to Kyle Pitts, Jordan Love. Let's see if we want to play this. All right, we're going to do it this way. We're rolling with Pitts. We're going to roll with our first tight end, Kyle Pitts. All right. We do like that tight end group here, Fannin, Kraft, Pitts. I'd like to come out with one of those dudes a lot of times as my first tight end in builds like this, because I'm high on that particular group. So I think these kind of guys, Fannin, Kraft, Pitts, being the what are they? The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, 6th, 7th tight ends off the board. Any of these dudes could finish as the 2nd, 3rd best tight end this year, in my eyes. So getting them at this value, and they're on good offenses. Cleveland's offense is not considered good at this point, but I think they're a team that'll exceed expectations. And Fannin looks like to be the number one guy right now, right? So I'm okay with having exposure to all these guys. And, yeah, let's see how it shakes out as the draft continues to move right along. All right. So, yeah, we're talking about breakout players. And a lot of times when we're taking breakout players and we're feeling good about it, it's usually the guys that are being hyped so as breakout players. But right now we're like 6 to 7 months away from the season, right? About 6 months away. So right now there's nobody really being hyped as that true just breakout dude, right? And but things are going to change throughout the summer, right? Where we're going to get a lot more interest from the, the touts, the Matthew Berry types of the world, right? These guys are just, the touts that give you that's information that a lot of people take it as gospel and then they try to run with that. But we want to be ahead of all that, right? We're going to set the market on who the breakout guys are. Guys are drafting right now. We're pushing these markets right now. They're looking at us. They're looking at our drafts and saying these are the dudes that people are going crazy over. So we got to look at ourselves as being, the guys moving the needle, right? Us best ballers right now, we're the only dudes drafting right now, right? They don't have fantasy leagues, year-long fantasy leagues drafting. They're going to take their cue from us, right? So at this point, the guys that we're touting, the guys that we're banking on, that's going to set the tone, right? And so I'm trying to be ahead of the curve on predicting who I believe are the dudes that everybody's going to be talking about this summer, right? There's going to be a wave of people talking about some of these players, be like, oh, man, this is the breakout dude. Okay, well, we've been on these dudes, right? All this off season, so it's nothing new to us. But, you got to be ahead of the curve sometimes on predicting these kinds of scenarios, because once everybody starts getting on it, then you won't get the right prices, right? when everybody just starts jumping on the bandwagon, and the price is going to skyrocket, right? So right now, you can get some guys under the radar who are a little undervalued. And, oh, two dudes I love right here. Yeah. I'll take both of these guys right here. I like Coker, another one of my breakout candidates. And we'll go with our guy we've already been mentioning, Matthew Golden. Yep. Let's see what the quarterback spot looks like. We're going to risk it on the quarterback. We're going to build depth. We're going to build studs. We're building a team of talent. We got dudes who can just go nuclear any minute. That's the kind of teams that I want when I get to the playoffs. I want dudes that can explode. I'm not looking for dudes that just give me 12 fantasy points and hey, they made my lineup. You're not going to win nothing doing that. If you're going to win in the playoffs, you better be getting like 165, 175, 180 fantasy points. You're going to need dudes to give you 25, 30 fantasy points. So you're going to need dudes that can go for like, out of the receiver spot for like 9 catches, 165, and a touchdown or 2. So there's the average talent dudes just simply can't do that. They're not going to put up numbers like that. They're going to need volume, right? They're going to need 11 catches for 130 and a touchdown. You can't rely on that kind of stuff. I'm relying on dudes that are just given a modest amount of targets. He might only get 8 targets. Might turn 6 of them into 150. You're going to have to hit. You have to smack like that a lot of times to give you a big edge. So we're looking for ceiling and we're looking for opportunity, right? You got opportunity, and then do you have the ceiling to make that opportunity, to maximize that opportunity, right? So that's how we approach this game. And when we're in a this contest here is actually 4,500 entries. So this is more of a strategic contest. And so that's why I started off with my 3 running backs. And now I can just go for the home runs in my receivers. Go for dudes that can, give me some, top flight production. So we got Jalen Waddle, Christian Watson, Sutton, Pierce, Coker. Dudes are all with key roles on their teams. Pitts. All right, so you got to, we're maximizing. We're getting a pretty good floor with these plays as well as a lot of ceiling in these plays. So I like the way this team has come together. We may get a little boxed out at quarterback to where we got to do, something a little unorthodox or maybe not, doesn't look great on paper or whatever. But I'm okay with that. I got Knicks as my number 1. I'm okay with that. And then having a 2 that may not look as great, but it's okay. As long as guys are playing, I don't rule out any quarterback, because sometimes we think at this point in the season that we have all the answers to who's going to be good, who's not going to be good. If a guy is starting, a CJ Stroud, a Bryce Young, Mendoza, Brissett, as long as you're starting, you can do something. In fantasy, you're starting, a starting quarterback. They can do something. So I never discount any team. I just put more weight on the stronger teams, obviously, but I'm not going to discount a team, because a team like the Jets, I'll use an example. The Jets, they got Garrett Wilson. They've got Breece Hall. They've got A.D. Mitchell. They've got a boatload of draft picks in the first 2-3 rounds. Don't be surprised if they add like 2 more weapons coming in. In the first round or 2, they get 2 dudes. This team could be loaded on offense. Geno's pulling the trigger. We know that. But they could be loaded on offense as far as personnel. And a team that is loaded on offense with that many weapons in the NFL, I will never discount them for being able to do something, because talent moves the needle in the NFL. And if you got dudes who can make plays, and all those dudes I mentioned, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, A.D. Mitchell, Mason Taylor, those dudes can make plays, man. These are high pedigree dudes who got drafted in the first, second rounds. So these dudes can make plays. And then they're going to draft maybe I see a lot of people mocking Omar Cooper to them. You bringing in another dude, Cooper, or you bringing in a Boston? You bringing in somebody. This team could be underrated as far as how we're looking at the Jets. And I just recently started thinking about this. And so I don't discount any team, man. And that's how you can also get an edge, too, is that not a lot of people will be overweight on teams like this, right? The Dolphins. Look at the Dolphins. Yeah, the Dolphins look like they suck on paper, and they may suck in real life. They might only win 3-4 games. That doesn't count towards fantasy. Who cares if they win 3 games? We just want to see if you can produce some numbers. And so a team like the Dolphins, what do they have? They got opportunity available. There's nobody really there to fill the vacuum of all these targets. Somebody's going to have to get targets, right? So they're going to probably bring in some people, but the people that are there right now are in a position to have an opportunity. Why not? Why not roster some Dolphins right now, right? The late Dolphins, dudes who are going unchecked and nobody's drafting these dudes. Yeah, these dudes can get on the field and produce some numbers. And again, we're not relying on dudes. The guys I'm drafting in the 17th, 18th round, I'm not relying on you. Yeah, if I'm relying on those dudes to win me the fantasy championship, then you're doing something wrong. I'm just hoping you can give me an edge and push me over the top or something, but I'm not relying on you. You know, and give me some different mixes of players, but I'm not relying on these dudes in the 17th, 18th, 19th round. I'm just picking you just to give me a boost potentially later or at some point. Okay, so we ended up with Bryce Young. I didn't mind that as our number 2 in this build. So we got Bryce Young, Bo Nix. Okay, let's see what the board looks like. Okay, we do need another tight end, right? Got 1 tight end so far. Maybe I just might punt to tight end on this roster. Get some late guys. There could be some other dudes I'm looking at here. Catch up with Chad here in a second. What's up? What's up? We got our guy Peppertone in the house. Thanks for dropping by. Go ahead and smash the like if you would, please. All right. Appreciate you coming in. Let's go ahead and see. I think we may be on the clock here. Oh, A.D. Mitchell, guy we were just talking about. We will go ahead and roster you right here. Do we got a tight end we like here? Or can we wait? Don't have much of this guy. Hawkinson. I think I'll go ahead and add him to the fray. TJ Hawkinson. Okay, so we ended up with a 2-4-7-2 at this point. We started off with the 3 robust start running back, so we're not really sweating running back. We might just end up with these 3 or these 4 basically and roll with that on a fragile build and then load up at the receiver, tight end, might even tack on a 4th quarterback. Got plenty of options to go with this roster build here. So let's go ahead and catch up with the chat here. All right, we got our guy Nap Dog now. Somebody drafting on DK. No, I'm gonna go ahead and do this is a war room here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a big board since the big board looks like it's filling rapidly. I hope you guys are paying attention. It's like at 91% or so right now. And so I think I'm gonna just go ahead and do another big board because we're kind of winding down on our big boards anyway. So I'll probably only get 2-3 more in. It looks like it's probably going to fill tomorrow at this rate because people might want to get a heads up on Easter and just do a lot of drafting tomorrow. And I can tell everybody's just adding all their slows in. All the guys who want to get 150, they're just smashing the multiple slows right now. So this contest can fill up before you know it, man. It's already at like 91% or so. And so I'm going to just go ahead and get a big board in after this. But yeah, I think I'm almost done on my DraftKings too. I'm not gonna really do their $10 over there. I'm just doing the $20, and I got a few of the $10, and I'm just going right off into the sunset after this war room, man. And basically, what I'm saying, after I finish my war room my 4 in the war room, and then I got maybe 2, 3 more in the big board, I'm pretty much done on my drafting for the pre-draft period. Yep. What's up, Who Hames? Appreciate you checking in. Go ahead and smash the like button as you come in. And our guy, nice and blunt, Who Hames, Hartman, go ahead and subscribe to those guys' channels too as well. All these guys are putting out fabulous content as well. Who Hames, nice and blunt, Hartman. Yeah. Go ahead and give those guys a subscription as well. But go ahead and subscribe to our channel here at GAB Sports if you haven't already. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you coming by. And we will be jumping into a big board after this. This is a war room. And so we'll do a big board draft and probably check on out. After that, go ahead and get us some dinner as we are approaching 5. We're after 5:30 here on the West Coast, 8:30 East Coast time. I'll go check out some other shows as well. Got our guy Lalsamo in here. Let's see what he's doing. Oh, I did want Kirk there. But go ahead, do your thing. Let's see. I got some. I don't really need running back. So let's see if we want to add another tight end here. Gunnar Helm, maybe. What the receivers looking like? We'll take him out of our queue. Kind of fallen in love with this dude here of late. I'm going to add him first. Chris Brazel. Again, I've continued my evaluation on guys, so I hadn't really looked a lot into this guy. And what I'm seeing now, this guy looks pretty electric. A 6'5" frame and coming out of breaks. I saw him running some route on a little Twitter post the other day. I'm like, dude, at that size, coming out of breaks like that is dangerous in the NFL. Trust me on that one. And so I think he's a guy I definitely want to add some more shares of. So I'm getting ahead of the curve there at 192. I know his ADP is about 200, so he wasn't going to get back to me. We're adding dudes like that into our portfolio. So I pick 192. Oh, yeah, I'm liking this room here. Bunch of big targets. Brazel, 80, Mitchell, Golden, Coker, Pierce, Sutton, Watson. We got red zone targets galore, which means potential touchdowns. You got to get touchdowns over here on Underdog. Since they don't have any of these bonuses or anything, the yardage is not, and the catches is only half PPR. What matters here are touchdowns. You got to put it in the paint to make a difference. Over here on Underdog, we got those kind of dudes in these builds. So let's see what we want to do at the quarterback spot. Do we want to throw in a late flyer quarterback? Yeah, I think I know what I want to do there. Let's see if it gets to me. All right, so let's see. How many people need a quarterback still? Got a few people with just 2. Yeah, so let's see if whatever I'm looking at gets back to me here at the 18th, 19th turn. It's going to be very interesting. Cade Otton, prior move. How many tight ends we got? We got 3 now. Okay, we're good at tight end. Might add a 4th. Who knows? You can go a lot of different ways with this build since I could stop at running back. But there's an intriguing running back who I might tack on at the end who nobody's drafting. But I've continued to do my research, and I've uncovered a guy who I think most people don't know about. And of course, it's a flyer this late. All picks are pretty much flyers. But who was thinking about Kyron Williams pre-draft 2022 or whatever year that was? Nobody was thinking about Kyron Williams at that stage of the contest. Nobody was. Yeah, don't say you were. Nobody was. You maxed out? Oh, you maxed out on the big board? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I got maybe one or two more on DraftKings. Yeah, one or two more in that $1. What about War Room? You gonna play the War Room, Napdog? Or you maxed out on that one too? Yeah, because War Room is looking like a pretty good contest. I like these contests with the great playoff structures. That's what I mainly focus on in the post draft. I want the better advanced structures. Because these crapshoot contests where you 1 out of 16 advancing in the VM, good luck. Good luck putting all your eggs in that one. I'm not putting all my eggs in that. Going with Penix. And we are going with another tight end. Should we go 4 tight ends? Or add, how many receivers we got? 8. Oh, yeah, we're looking good at receiver. We'll add Penix here. Penix to our Bijan Pitts. No, I'm not adding another tight end. Do we want to go Hollywood? Do we want to go Kyle Williams? Oh, okay. Didn't get it in. All right. So we got Hollywood Brown, which could also hedge our A.J. Brown, because A.J. Brown could be out of there, right? So Hollywood could be next man up, or at least have a third receiver role. That's what it's looking like. You have a third receiver role there in Philadelphia. So not mad we didn't get Kyle. No big deal. Hollywood Brown will work as our 9th receiver. Looks like we're going to go 3-5-9-3 because I'm going to break out. I'm going to go ahead and reveal the back we've uncovered because nobody's going to draft him. I already know. So we'll go ahead and put him on this roster. Yes, we will. We'll wait till we get to that point. Don't want to put it in my queue yet. Yeah, so looks like we're going to do one big board after this, then call it a night over here on a Friday. Go check out some other shows. Yeah, Blunt, you going on tonight? You still in here, Adam? And if so, are you doing War Room? Yeah, because I got 2 War Rooms, so got room for 2 more. I like how this one turned out. I think I got my strategy that I want to enact, and this was definitely one of the builds I wanted. Was a super robust but kind of fragile build, though. So we start off with the 3 running backs. Current, we have 4, and I'm going to throw one more flyer into this mix that could give me possibly a late season bump. You know, where you just get that late season surprise dude who can come in and maybe give you a big game in case one of your studs has a down game. You still might need another back, man. Yeah, I don't just rely on I drafted these 3 to be my stars all year. Well, week 16, one of them might falter. And you might need another dude to step up who, nobody was thinking about. And you picked him in the 20th round, right? Any scenario can happen as long as you're dreaming it up. Amen. That's what we say. There are things we don't understand, but I do believe we make our own miracles That's what I say in my intro. If you see the print coming across, that's from Huey Freeman, the animated character from the Boondocks. A young guy with plenty of wisdom was Huey Freeman from the Boondocks. Check it out. Season 1, Season 2 are the best. All right, let's go ahead and put our guy in here. Nobody's got him, right? Okay. There it is. There he is, right here. Nobody's drafting this dude. Jam Miller. I'll give you one for free. Check him out on yourself, on your own if you want to. But I've been investigating some things. I continue to do my research. This dude is legit. Yeah. Jam Miller tore it up at the combine, which gave me a little interest. And then I heard a few people talking about him. Chris Sims even has him in his top 5 running backs in his class. Alabama he played for Alabama. And the reason they say he didn't really blow up is their offensive line was just so shitty that they didn't block well. But this dude looks legit. So I'm willing to take a few chances on dudes like this because nobody's on him. He could be a third, fourth round type pick. Goes to some scenario and, the back in front of him gets hurt or something. He gets his opportunity and lights it up. Those kind of things happen all the time. So I got me some Jam Miller. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into a big board. Is there anybody out here who's going to jump in with us? Yeah. Anybody jumping in? All right. I'm sure if you're going live tonight, okay. What about our guy taking dollars? You got 38 more bigs, 2 more war, ready to hop in one. Okay, your taking dollars is ready. All right, our guy Pepper Tony, go live. The geese need content. The geese need content. All right. Yep. I feel like we were all missing out on this year's Chicago's #1. Hey, man, I've been looking at that dude too. I remember he had some big plays last year. Yeah, it's worth a flyer, man. I mean, you never know who can get hurt, right? Guys go down all the time. Maybe this guy emerges as like the third receiver in certain sets. So I don't discount stuff like that, man, for sure. Ja'Day Walker, he's got some talent. Tall dude, red zone threat, no doubt about it, man. And this is where you take him in these 20-round contests. Yeah, you'll have a big edge. He's less than 0.1% drafted, I'm sure. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and count down as we jump into this next contest, a big board. All right. So jumping into a big board in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jumping in the big board right now. We are in spinning. All right, let's see where. Drafting soon. I hope you got in, taking dollars. It says drafting soon. Looks like I was the last 1 or 2 in. And let's see what we got. All right, what spots do we get? Big board. Oh, we got the 3rd spot. All right. We got number 3. We got Rambo Show in here. Chester Copperpot. Taking dollars. Looks like he had the 12th spot taking dollars. Mushroom. Dilo. Don't recognize too many of these guys other than our guy taking dollars. But if you're in this room and you're in the chat as well, please let us know. Go ahead and give you a shout out and take the time also to like the video. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All right. Let's go ahead and add a little music
Okay, let's make our pick. All right, I'm not running from Puka. Everybody think, oh, he's in the rehab. He's going to be suspended or something. No, he won't. He won't be suspended at all. So I'm taking my Puka shares. I don't have many shares, so I just need to up him and Chase. We're taking Puka right here. Puka will be just fine. Just need to address some stuff he's going through, I'm sure. Trying to get ahead of the story, right? You know, something's about to come out. Oh, a woman claimed he did this. Somebody trying. It's all about money with these athletes. Sometimes people, they're easy targets to try to just make a move on. You know, so a lot of this stuff I just look at, it'll just be a civil case. Somebody just wants some money. That's the same thing with Rashid Rice, Puka, the Deshaun Watson stuff. Everybody wants to crucify Deshaun Watson for all this stuff. They were after money. That's all it was. Yeah, they knew the deal when they went to go do the massages. They knew what time it was. He probably told them, "You coming? You gonna be naked?" And all this type of stuff. And then they just, after a while, hey, I can get some money. Yeah, well, you knew what you was doing when you took the assignment, but now you turn the tables and try to change the story and say it's this or that. Don't buy it. It's always about money. They're just trying to get their money, and they know, hey, these guys are targets. We can exploit them, and they did it. He didn't do nothing criminal. No. He just had a good time. He wanted to get a massage, and he wanted to get a happy ending. Hey, man, that shit happens. So don't crucify somebody for that. You know, a lot of times, they go after these athletes because they're the targets. They got the money, and you can see a quick come up. Oh, I can just say I did this happen. I can get some money out of it. That's all it's ever about. I'm speaking real, 100%. I keep it real here. We ain't got no gimmicks, no fluff, no cap. That's how it really goes down. If you don't know, now you know. It's always about the money. So Puka will be exonerated, I'm sure. Whatever he's going through, he's just got to pay out some money to somebody. That's what it's about. All right, I feel like we're all missing out. Okay, you're telling me Instagram massage therapists aren't just wholesome professionals? Yeah, I know. Right, they knew what time it was. But they got paid. They had to pay like 25, 30 women or something. That's all they wanted was a check. And so that's how it goes. All right, so we at the 3 spot. We start off with Puka. Who that guy taking dollars started off with? Oh, man, I'm jealous of that start. He got Genty, K9 on the corner. Nice start. Should we go with Big Dog? Or are we going to go Lave, Pickens? We're going to go with Pickens. I think we're going to go with a specific strategy over here on this side of the board. I think I can do it. Looks like 2 guys could be thinking the same because 2 of these dudes out of the 3 that took 2 receivers, let's see if 2 of them have the heart to continue down the 0 RB path because we know I have no qualms of doing it. I don't believe they will take it to the limit. Let's see. Game of chicken. Do you want to really play? Or are you just pretending to play? Because I'm playing for keeps. We're going with Brock Bowers to continue down the 0 RB path. Brock Bowers in the 3rd. Man, I've been smashing this dude so much in the 2nd. I am head over heels when I get him in the 3rd round. So I will take another share. We got Kirk Cousins coming on board to guide my Raiders early in the season. That's exactly what I would have wished would happen. Then we got Mendoza probably taking over late. Even if he does not, it doesn't matter. If he doesn't, that means the Raiders are in contention. So if Mendoza gets on the field, that means they're probably not in contention. But if he doesn't get on the field, that's good for me because that means we're in contention. Either way, win-win. But I know Bowers should light it up this year. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Tons of Bowers. Rashee Rice now going back in the third round where he should have been all along. But everybody overblew that situation as well because it was all about the money. Right? Oh, he hit me. No, he didn't. Probably hit him first or hit him and then he just defended himself. Now you want to check. So let's go ahead and see what our guy taking dollars is about to do. Few dudes are going 3 RBs already. There's a third person to go 3 straight RBs. We got guys going 3 RBs, guys going 3 receivers. Okay, taking dollars with Josh Allen on the corner. Man, you got a nice start here. Very nice start. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, I like that start, taking dollars. Yeah, Josh Allen that late too with the 2 stud running backs. All right. Oh, we've been wanting to get some more of this guy for sure. Yeah. I don't know, man. I might have taken DJ Moore with Josh Allen right there. Did you think about it? Because his number 1 target wasn't going to get back to you. But it's all good. Leave Josh naked is never a bad thing. But did you at least think about doing that? Yeah, so I think this is going to be an interesting draft to see how all these people, if they stay the course on some of these fields. We got another guy going 0 RB with me. Let's see if he can continue down that path. Because I certainly can. Yeah. I can do this, Brutus. Let's see if you can continue. So we got 4 receivers, 1 tight end, got the Rams duo in our pocket, got something up my sleeve that I've been thinking about. Let's see if we can enact it. I believe we can. So, all right, let's see what the board is looking like, where I can do my little twist here. I see where it comes together right there. Got it. Got it. Got it. Right there. Okay. Got it. Going to do something a little different on this build. Little different. Okay. All right, let's look at the board here. Okay, our guy out of the 5 hole took a running back, Demo. Not a bad diversion from a 0 RB to get Demo as your first back. I didn't want to do that. I'm sticking to the plan. We're going 0 RB. Oh, man, you got Watson. You're getting some followers over there on the corner. Yeah, love Watson right there. Yeah, saw where I took them all the way on the other side of the board. So I definitely love getting them there. Getting some good value there out of the 12 spot is our guy taking dollars. All right. Looking pretty strong there with the double hero, Josh Allen. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Guy next to you, or the person next to you, I don't know if it's a guy or gal, but they took 4 straight running backs. All right, I don't think I have any builds like that, but more power to them. They got 4 pretty good players for sure. See how it works out, how they finish this build. Okay, what do we want to do here? Any quarterbacks drop that we need? Or we can wait. I'll see if these dudes, 1, 2, 3, 4 quarterbacks, 3 quarterbacks. May want one of these quarterbacks. Yeah, we're taking one of the quarterbacks. We're going to take Drake May. Yep, Drake May will be our quarterback of choice right here. Okay. And then do we want our running back here? Looks like we're going to need to do that. Take our first running back in the 7th round because we got a plan with these next picks. We got a plan that we want to do with the next picks. Okay, there's a certain running back we do want. Please don't take them. But if he does, we just take the second choice. Let's go rack 'em, Willie. Don't take the dude we want. You did not. We'll take this guy right here. Chuba Hubbard. Yep, Chuba Hubbard right there. As our first back in our ZRB build, we took 6 straight non-running backs. Then we went with Chuba Hubbard as our first running back in the 7th round. Don't mind that. Start, because we got a specific plan we're trying to enact right here, right now. And it looks like if they don't fool us on the corner, we'll get our plan. I'm starting to tie some tea leaves together that I believe look pretty strong. And we want to go ahead and put it together right here on this build because we don't have many more builds to go. And so we're just thinking long, big picture, long range, galaxy braining. We're doing all those things at once. Sometimes you got to come up with a scenario that in your head that makes sense. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it still doesn't. It doesn't matter if it doesn't happen because the players that I'm taking are still good players. So I'm just trying to correlate some landing spots that I think could happen. And hopefully we can tie this one together and see how this board shakes out. Okay. Let's see what's going on. All right. Totally forgot him 99% of the time. Oh, you DJ Moore. Jelly of the Bowers. Yep. Yeah, Bowers, man. I've been I was taking this guy in the 2nd round most off season, throughout this season. And now that I'm getting him in the 3rd, I'm like, ooh, yeah. But I think a lot of people, I don't know why his value's falling. Nothing has changed. He has no news. Don't know why he would be falling, but I guess other people are just excited about other players and they're bumping them ahead of them. But to me, hey, yippee, I'll take it. Don't foil my plan here. Let's see. This guy not feeling good about. Okay, now they got plenty of options they can take other than my dude. Don't take my dude. Take what helps you. GHS 553. Guess 553. Yeah, don't take my stuff. Take your stuff. Okay, because I got the stack already. We're rolling with Stafford here. Okay. So we got the Rams double. But we got a little twist that we're about to do on this next pick. We're going to go ahead and jump a guy up who we think could be the Rams in the Rams plan at 14. Yes, we've connected the tea leaves. And if I'm going to do a mock draft, which I might, this dude is likely going to the Rams. Yeah. Yeah. You heard it here first. Kelce Concepcion is going to the Rams at 14. Yep. So now we've tied a connection here, connected tea leaves. We think we got the Rams triple, Stafford, Puka, Devontae, and Concepcion. We got Concepcion going to the Rams. Yeah, it's going to happen. I think this guy is rising up boards. He's passing all these dudes like Lemon, Tyson. Concepcion is going to be on the top of a lot of people's boards at the receivers position. We've done our due diligence. We've scouted these dudes over and over. We haven't continued to look and uncover information. Concepcion is rising fast in the NFL eyes. Yes, he is. And I think the Rams are going to take him. That's my honest take. That the Rams will take him over Tyson, over Lemon. This guy has a little more versatility than all of those dudes. He's more explosive than both of those dudes. Well, he's more explosive than anybody. Tate, all these dudes. And can return. He can do the return game. He can play inside, outside. Yeah, Concepcion is the guy rising up the boards. He'll be on the Rams. Because the Rams are all in. They want to just terrify you on offense. The Rams trying to scare everybody. They trying to get weapons galore. This guy will add to the mix. And, yeah. Even if he doesn't end up on the Rams, so what? On this build, he's still going to end up somewhere. So that's what I'm saying. Even if he don't end up on the Rams, he'll end up somewhere and he'll still be terrorizing somebody. But I'm putting him on the Rams for this build. I hope it does manifest itself. We'll see. Let's go ahead and look at the board real quick. What did I got? Taking dollars due on the corner. Love, Worthy. All right, man. I like that too. You got Watson, Love. Man, you got a nice build over there, man. That looks like a team I would easily put together, other than Worthy. I don't like Worthy at all, but that's okay. Yeah, I could be wrong, right? He could do his thing. He's connected to Mahomes, which to me should be a star already. And you're connected to Mahomes, should already be lighting it up, but we'll see what it does, how it ends up. All right, we got to get back in the running back game. There's a couple dudes we like. So we'll definitely take one of them. This guy. Several dudes we could go with here, but we're going to definitely take the dude at the top of our list. Jonah Coleman, another rookie I'm super high on at this point. I think he's being slept on tremendously. Jonah Coleman. So let's go ahead and We're going to load up on all our running backs because we need to catch up at running back. So we have no problems taking any of these guys here. The missile, we're just adding all the running backs to the queue because we are going to hammer the position over the next few rounds. I don't care whose name it is, who you guys take. I'm just hammering the running back spot. So it doesn't matter. I need volume at the running back spot. We're going to get it one way or another. Don't care about the names. I'm just taking dudes. Give me this dude. Give me that dude. Give me this guy. We're just going to hammer the position. Okay. So we got the 2, 3, 5, 1. With a sound 5 receivers. I don't think I really need to do much more at the receiver. We'll do a little bit. Tight end, we're not worried about. But we're going to go ahead and hammer the running back spot. Okay. Let's see what the board's looking like. Omar Cooper Jr. rising up the boards. Yeah, the Jets. I'm hearing the Jets might snag this guy first round. But I'm also hearing a lot of people don't think he's a first round grade. The analysts. I kind of don't think he's a first round grade either. It's good. Don't know if he has any separating metrics though, or traits. But he's good. Or his conception got some traits that you can't teach. He's got tremendous bursts once he catches the ball. He can get open versus all the coverage. Yeah, his analytics versus all the coverages is super high compared to this class. So I think he's the kind of dude that's starting to stand out in the eyes of NFL evaluators. And don't be surprised if he's the first receiver off the board, ahead of Tate even. But I think he's one or two. Is my final prediction ahead of the NFL draft. And you haven't heard anybody say that. I haven't. But Casey Concepcion will be the first or second guy off the board in the NFL draft at the receiver position. Yeah. Final verdict. Here at GAB Sports, we continue to go ahead and look at these prospects. We're not making a rash decision early in the process. We can't finalize nothing after the combine. You can't finalize nothing after the Senior Bowl, after free agency. You got to continue to work up until the final whistle, until you get all the information. And this is telling me that certain dudes are going to rise, certain dudes are going to fall. We're in the season of misinformation as well. So there's a lot of bad information out there that people are just trying to throw people off the scent, throw you off the trail. So be wary of that. There's a story came out, said something like the Cardinals might be interested in, and they got Daniel Jeremiah or somebody. The Cardinals are interested in, what's his name? Oh, this is the type of team I'll put a Charbonnet on as a late season dude. The Cardinals are supposedly interested in Jeremiah Love at the 3 spot. Come on, man. That sounds like total misinformation. Let me throw this smoke screen out there just to get somebody to jump up and trade for him or something. It just doesn't sound real. That the Cardinals are going to be all of a sudden interested in Love. I mean, anything's possible, right? Not going to totally rule it out. We're going to go with JSN or JCM. We're going to bank that Jeremiah Love does not end up in Washington. And we get JCM here with a key role still this year, right? If if Jeremiah Love doesn't go to Washington, JCM and Rashad White are looking good, right? So that's what we're banking on here. But yeah, I think a lot of the information that you're going to hear from here until the draft is going to be a lot of just smoke screens. People are jockeying, for their own purposes, try to get some maybe trade offers, things like that. So the Cardinals drafting Jeremiah Love, I just don't see them doing that. Hey, but anything's possible. Anything is possible. I wouldn't rule out a team like the Rams moving up to the 3 spot, the 5 spot, one of those spots if Jeremiah Love's still on the board, to get Jeremiah Love. Yeah, the Rams. The Rams want to just annihilate the NFL right now, man. They trying to add everything. So don't think just because, they got Kyron Williams and this or that. Kyron Williams is not Jeremiah Love. No. Jeremiah Love is 10 times. I shouldn't say that. He's just way better than Kyron Williams. So when you're just trying to win championships, you're upgrading every little thing. You're not taking anything for granted to say, we got this dude, so we don't need this dude. If I can make my position way better, receiver, running back, defensive ends, lineman, whatever, you will do that in the NFL. You can't be loyal to a guy just because, hey, he's been a good soldier. He's been pretty good for us. No, we're going to get this dude who's electric. We're going to get this dude who can just turn the tide of a game in a blink of an eye. Yeah, so if they got a shot to get Jeremiah Love, the Rams, they would do it in a heartbeat. But that's just theories, thoughts, conjecture, speculation. Anything can happen. That's all it's saying. Anything can happen in a draft. The Cardinals could take Jeremiah Love. Anything can happen. Never know. But let's see what we want to do here at the 3 pick. Do I need a third quarterback? We're coming out of the 3 hole with a 2-5-5-1 build. Or do we continue to hammer our running backs? Okay, let's see what quarterback position's looking like. If we ever need to add another at this point. No, we don't need to add nothing at this point. We're going to just continue to hammer. We're going to have to hedge. Since we got Bijan, we'll hedge on the other guy. I can't stand Pacheco. But since we took a stance and we got Bijan on this bill, or is this? No, this is not Bijan bill. What am I talking about? I'm tripping. That was the last bill. But anyway, we're still hedging on a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs. We can go ahead and take that bet here. With a Pacheco in this bill, we need a lot of darts at the backfield spot. So Pacheco could find himself in a favorable spot, right? Possible. Pacheco could find himself in a favorable spot. Anything can happen here. We need darts. Dylan Sampson is the guy we wanted. Thank you. Because he is in the rotation. He'll get the backup role, third down role. He's, Judkins could be slow to come around from that injury. You never know. Sampson could be start the season. Who knows? So we'll go ahead and add a Sampson share. Definitely fits this build mighty fine. So, yeah, we're going thin with the backfield, but we're going with volume. Yep. We don't have a true stud, but we got dudes who can contribute in their own ways and some guys who could fall into a big role, right? Yeah, that's how we're going to do that backfield. Okay, let's look at the board. And so we are winding this draft down. We're going into the late 15th round. Some interesting names still available, I'm sure. Geno Smith going at 158. Does he have Garrett Wilson? Is that why he took Geno? No, he does not have Garrett Wilson. But they did need a third quarterback, I guess is what he was saying. All right. Our guy taking dollars coming up on his next turn. He's got Herbert Love. What's he going to do here? Brian Robinson goes 177. Don't think I got maybe one share maybe of Brian Robinson. There's some backs I also can load up here. Okay. We're going to continue to load up on the backs into our queue. Load up on the backs. We got our secret weapon as our last back. Braylon Allen. Kamara. Oh, yeah. Kamara fits this bill. For sure. Let's bump Kamara up quite a few spots here. Kamara is going to jump up to the top of the pile in this build. Okay. Our guy taking dollars went Kirk Mooney. All right. Like those two picks. Oh, I like Kirk a lot. I'm not so high on Mooney anymore. After he disappointed last year, I'm not really feeling Mooney. Don't know. Maybe he was just injured. Possible, right? He could have just been injured. And that's why he had the down season. That is definitely possible. Let's see what the quarterbacks are looking like. Do we got anybody that can correlate with any of our picks? No, we don't have enough receivers to even correlate anything. What the hell are we doing? Okay, we're going to take Kamara here, who could have his last stand. Right? He could have his last stand in New Orleans where, he comes in as a change of pace, veteran presence, getting some work still. And, maybe he scores a few touchdowns this year. He has a good nose for the end zone. A guy like Kamara, he's always had that nose for the end zone, right? Do we want to take a tight end here? Or want to continue to hammer the backs? Got a ton of backs already. Let's take a tight end like this. Mason Taylor. Don't have much of him. So we'll go ahead and add Mason Taylor to the mix here. We got Brock Bowers, Mason Taylor. Maybe we need two more receivers. 18th, 19th, 20th round. Probably stick with these two QBs. Going to go thin on the quarterbacks. We're not adding another quarterback to this room. Drake May Stafford. They're going to have to get it done for us. And because we need two more receivers. Two more receivers in this build. So we go two receivers. 7. Might go 9 running backs. The 2972. Unorthodox build. Throwing multiple extreme amount of darts at the running back spot. But I see how these kind of builds can get there. Yeah. That's all that matters as long as I see it. Yeah. Give me 2 players every week. Sometimes 3. Out of these 9 running backs I'm going to have. I just need you to alternate some games. Yeah. I just need you to fall into a big role. Jordan Mason, JCM, fall into a big role. Yeah. I just need you, Jonah Coleman, seize an opportunity once you're given it. I just need you, Charbonnet, come back on schedule and light it up. Get those touchdowns like you always do. Yeah, this team can get there for sure. And that's how we do it. Jordan James still on the board. Let's see if he makes it to us. Doubt it, but we'll never know. Never know. He's a guy we'll quick to add here if we need to. Let's look at the receiver room. Flournoy, I'm not high on Bernard. I'm not changing that one. I've been listening to some guys. So yeah, some guys I respect. Our guy OTS, our guy Nice and Blunt. I know y'all high on Bernard. I can't buy into that one. Nope. I've done my research. I don't buy that one. Doesn't seem like he's polished enough in his route running, in my opinion. I think he's going to need to get that kind of specific usage that everybody wants to compare him to Debo. Okay, but Debo had a wide back usage to where this coach had a role carved out for him. Not everybody can fall into that. And you got to have the right kind of coordinator, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not buying that one. But good luck with that one. I'm not jumping on that one, though. We'll go with a Flournoy or Kyle Williams. I think we want Kyle Williams. I do believe in our guy. We got Drake May as well. So we'll go ahead and add our guy Kyle Williams to the fray with Drake May. And let's see what else we want to do. Got 2 receivers, 1 running back. 2 receivers, 1 running back. Let's see the receivers we want to add to the queue. All right, which one of these are we going to take? Devontae Walker, we like to. Tavian Wicks, intriguing. Gonna bump up Bateman. He's on a good offense. We'll take a Bateman share. All right. Bateman. Yeah, pick it. All right. We got it. 2872. We're going with the 2972 build. If we get the right running back, we got 2 guys on our radar who we like. Let's see if they come to us. Otherwise, we can add another receiver, 2882. We can go 2882 as well. The old 2882. Let me see. Got Drake May, no more New England dudes. What about the rookies we might like? Hirsch, Bell, nah. We'll just go ahead and stick with these guys as potential receivers. Get this dude in there. Bump him up quite a bit, actually. Noel will be our first dude if we want him. Ollie Gordon, Evan Ingram, Shadur, Shavers. Oh, Shavers with Josh. Okay. Yeah, he could surprise, man. Red zone usage too. Yep. I can see it. Antonio Williams, or is that his name? Yeah. Looks pretty good. 3-4-10, 3 out of 11 hole. Oh, yeah, that's the guy that took the 4 straight backs and then he just hammered the receiver. Yeah, I don't mind those kind of builds. He had a plan. Those kind of builds can work when you execute it. Looks like he executed it. Yeah, he took through the volume at the receiver. Took a couple risks on some dudes. Don't hate that at all. Mushroom. DY. Let's see, what's his name? Mushroom Dilo. Yeah, those kind of builds can definitely work. As long as you see the path to get there, man, anything can work. So don't let nobody tell you otherwise. The path to victory is what you see it to be. All right. Now let's go ahead and get to my real guys. Yeah. Jam Miller is our dude. Yeah. I'm going to be hammering the fuck out of him right now, man, with the last few drafts. I'm adding Jam Miller on every roster because I saw something that I like. All right, let's go ahead and review. I'm going to go ahead and review our teams with our guy taking dollars as well. He'll get a review. Worthy is just 2026 Justin Watson. Yeah. I mean, he's in the spot, though. You know, that's one thing about Worthy. He's in one of those spots where if he just somehow gets it this year, he could have a big season. I wouldn't rule it out. He's just not showing me enough to give me confidence. But our guy Game Tight checking in. What's good? Smash that like, people. Appreciate you, my man. Thanks for coming in. Yes, go ahead and smash that like button. Feel free to also leave a comment. And most appreciatively, subscribe to the channel. Yes, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We want to get those subscriptions up. We're approaching 100. We're trying to get to 100, right? Go ahead. Appreciate your support. War Room on deck. Oh, I just did one, man. Just did a War Room, so it looks like I'm about to check out here and maybe join some other rooms. I'm sure there'll be some other streamers, so I'll probably look to join maybe another one, but I don't want to stream it. I got 2 left. So we're just going to go ahead and check on out after this, after we do this review of Taking Dollars and myself. So we'll go over my team first as we have a 2-9-7-2 out of the 3-hole. We went straight 0 RB, right? Starting for Puka, Pickens, Bowers, DJ Moore, Adams, before we got to a running back. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you how it turned out with the 2-9-7-2. We got Drake May, Matthew Stafford, stopped at 2 quarterbacks. Little risky in a 10 and a 20 round draft. We know that. But hey, man, if you ain't willing to risk things, you ain't going to be willing to win things, right? So we go ahead and take that risk here with a sturdy guy in Drake May. I think he's one of those kind of dudes. He just strikes me as a dude that he's not going to miss games. You know, he's one of those dudes that'll play through a big injury or things like that. Stafford, we know, is tough as nails. So we're just banking for good luck on the health front from those guys. And we're rolling with 2. We got Drake May, Matthew Stafford. Then we threw plenty of volume at our running back room. As you can see, we got the 9 running back build. So we got Chuba Hubbard, Jonah Coleman, Jordan Mason, Zach Charbonnet, JCM, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, Isaiah Pacheco, Dylan Sampson, Alvin Kamara, and our new guy we've uncovered. Yeah, you might want to take a look at this guy. We've been doing our research, doing our due diligence. We didn't stop after the combine, and we uncovered a guy nobody's on. And so we'll take that low ownership for sure. Jam Miller. Yeah. And then we got 7 receivers. We got Puka Nacua, George Pickens, DJ Moore. Oh, what the hell is that? Okay. Devontae Adams, Casey Concepcion, who we're following the tea leaves. And before you hear from anybody else, you heard it here first. We got Casey Concepcion going to the Rams in the NFL draft. That's why we tied this lineup together like this by pulling him up a full 17 spots because we're connecting the dots, following the tea leaves. This is one of the fastest risers up the draft boards. This is the information we're going to put out there because we can see it. We can smell it. We've been sniffing around. Casey Concepcion rising up boards. Don't be surprised when he lands on the Rams. Kyle Williams to pair with our guy Drake May. Then we got Rashad Bateman as our last pick, a guy with some, upside to hit a, 20 burger, possibly every now and then, right? Just give it to us at the right time. Then we got our tight end room. We went thin on our tight ends because we are banking on our guy, Brock Bowers. So we got Brock Bowers and Mason Taylor. All right, so that's my team, the 2-9-7-2. Okay, and now we got our guy taking dollars. I like the way you built this team, man. I already know. I've been following you in this draft, and you did your thing out of the 12 spot, man. I will definitely say that. I already know. Got the 3-5-9-3, which is a very strong build for how you started it off with the two backs. So I already know I like it. Got Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, strong quarterback room, man. Yeah, you got the strongest quarterback room, I believe. Yeah, no doubt. I don't even have to look at nobody else. You got the strongest quarterback room in the draft. And then you start off with Ashton Genty, Kenneth Walker, DeAndre Swift, Keaton Mitchell, Ray Davis. Man, this is a whip of a team. I give you credit, man. Lad McConkey, Christian Watson, Xavier Worthy, Jerry Jeudy, Christian Kirk, Darnell Mooney, Tyrell Shavers, Savion Williams, Antonio Williams. And even if I don't like these last picks, the volume in itself makes this room have some, some good weeks and a possibility. So the rest of the team is just so strong that the volume at receiver makes it all come together, right? And these guys can all get some roles. I love the Christian Kirk pick there. Because, yeah, I definitely had my eyes on him, too, on the other side. But I knew he probably wouldn't even get to me. So, yeah, good luck with this receiver room. But, you got a strong build, strong tight end room. Again, guys I wouldn't necessarily take. But you got Josh and Kincaid and Shavers paired together. And then you got Travis Kelce and Tucker Kraft with your Jordan Love stack. Yeah, very strong team, man. Yeah, you one of the favorites definitely to get out of this room. And so, we're going to go ahead and tie it up, put a bow on it right there. And so thank you all for joining us here at GAB Sports. And on your way out, please take the time to like the video, subscribe to our channel as we may have another session maybe on Monday. So we're going to hold out hope that the day after Easter, there's still some room left in the big board or the war room. And so we're going to do that. If there's still openings, we're going to go ahead and bring those to you right there with another live on Monday. Pending space still left in these contests. These contests are filling up fast, though. I'm not sure that the big board is going to make it out of tomorrow at the rate it's filling up. So we'll keep your eyes on that. And go ahead and salute all of you out there doing your thing. Enjoy this Friday, and we are signing out here at GAB Sports. Your boy Young Moolah. Peace out. All right, thanks.
Oh, we rise, we rise, we rise. Oh, we climb, we climb, we climb. Oh, this time, son, we go. Victory on our mind. Gotta work, push, go. Gotta work, push, go. Let's see how I start this shift. We in this game, serving a strategic purpose. Went from underground, now I've reached the surface. When we claim the chip, it ain't a fluke, we work for this. New breed superhero, a hybrid dragon plus Michael Jordan, breathing fire into this game. In the air, I'm steady floating, destined for this role. Since my birth years, golden best ballin' for life. It's Moolah on a mission. Tommy hot takes analysis, on point delivered with precision. Setting moves to this game, invoking martial law. Going all out, we won't stop. Win, lose, or draw. Oh, we rise, we rise, we rise. Oh, we climb, we climb, we climb. This time, Zion, we go. Victory on our mind. Joe slow harmony chant. Joe slow harmony chant. Joe slow harmony chant. Victory on our mind. Trust your low harmony chant. Work, push, go. Giant work, push, go. Let's see how I start this. What we in this game, serving a strategic purpose. Went from underground, now I've reached the surface. When we claim the chip, it ain't a fluke, we work for this. New breed superhero, a hybrid dragon plus Michael Jordan, breathing fire into this game. In the air, I'm steady floating, destined for this role. Since my birth year is golden.